Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to remember one of the best games of the past century, Fortnite. Let's bow our heads now to remember what was one of the best battle royales ever created. As you might have figured out by now, I'm wearing a suit today in preparation for the funeral of Fortnite. And I'm going to be covering 10 reasons why I believe that Fortnite is dying. The first reason why I think Fortnite is dying is because all games die. Whether it's Space Invaders, Tetris, H1Z1, PUBG, all games die. And that doesn't mean they completely go away, it just means they die in popularity. They're not the number one game anymore. And so whether Fortnite right now, whether you consider it to be the number one game or not, it'll eventually die. So that's why Fortnite is dying, because eventually it will not be the number one game. This doesn't mean that people will stop playing Fortnite though. Many people still play Tetris. Even if you go on Twitch, people are still playing Tetris and all kinds of games, and PUBG and H1Z1. Doesn't mean that Fortnite will never stop being played. It just means that it's not going to be the number one game at some point. At some point, some game will replace it. So that's the first reason. The second reason why Fortnite is going to die is because the battle royale market is becoming saturated. Every game that's coming out now is a battle royale. Whether it's Call of Duty Black Ops, Apex Legends, past games like PUBG that made it popular, everything that's coming out is a battle royale game, and it's saturating the market for battle royales. And what this means is that eventually people are going to want to play different games. They're going to want to go back to games like Minecraft or a first-person shooter or League of Legends. Other categories will become popular, and this will make Fortnite obsolete, or people are just going to stop playing it because they're going to get tired of playing battle royales. So that's another thing that's working against Fortnite, and that's another reason why Fortnite is dying. Another reason why Fortnite is dying or is going to die is that more games are becoming free. One of the most popular games out right now is Apex Legends. And what is Apex Legends? It's free. So a lot of these games that are coming out are going to mimic Fortnite in being free. And this is going to attract more people to them. It's easy. All you have to do is download the game to start playing it, and it's an easy way to distract yourself. So that's another reason that Fortnite is going to die and is going to decrease in popularity, is that more games are going to be free, and it's going to be lower barrier of entry, and people are just going to give every single game that's free a try. So that's another reason why Fortnite is going to die. And reason number 4 why Fortnite is dying is because there's a lot of sweaty players. And a sweaty player is somebody that tries really hard or is a pro player and is really good at the game of Fortnite. And it makes it difficult to have fun in the game when there's all these players that just out there are so advanced that you can't even do anything against them. And a lot of people that I've seen and spoken to about Fortnite, they say they're tired of going against these players, and you have to think of the average player or a kid, that they're tired of playing against really hard players, and they're tired of not winning. And that's something that's spoken about frequently in games, is skill gap. And right now, a lot of the pro players say there's not a big skill gap, but I think a lot of people would differ that it's very difficult to defeat the best players in the game. It's hard to get to the end of the game of Fortnite and win a game. And that's another reason that Fortnite is going to die and is dying. It's harder for people to get wins now than it ever was. And that brings me to my 5th point, which is along the lines of number 4 of why Fortnite is dying. The 5th point is that Fortnite is very difficult. Fortnite has something called a building element, where you have to build in order to be good at the game, or fight other players. You have to get in these build battles. And it makes it difficult. You have to learn more things in Fortnite than you have to do in other games. You have to learn how to build. There's all these things coming into the game like planes, hoverboards, different types of guns. You have to learn metas, which is how the game works. You have to learn which gun is the best. There's things like using an RPG and a deagle in tandem to easily kill players, and it's just becoming more difficult to become good at Fortnite. You have to learn more things, and you have to stay up to date on the latest patch notes when Epic Games updates Fortnite. Fortnite is just becoming a more difficult game to learn and play, and it's a lot more difficult than other games. Like Apex Legends is a little bit easier, and then there's just other games out there that are going to be easier than Fortnite. So that's another reason that I believe that Fortnite is going to die and is currently dying right now. Reason number 6 as to why Fortnite is dying is that other games are going to copy Fortnite eventually. As I've spoken about earlier, there's other games that are becoming free like Fortnite and that have skins like Fortnite does and that are battle royales like Fortnite is. And other games will copy other components of Fortnite. There's going to be another battle royale that's free that has building, and then these games are going to not only copy Fortnite, but they're going to do it better. They're going to make building easier. They're going to make things less glitchy. They're not going to have airplanes. They're not going to have zombies, and they're just going to be better versions of Fortnite. So eventually Fortnite will get replaced by another game that's a copycat. And that's basically what Fortnite did to other games like PUBG. They copied elements that they liked and they just made it better. So it's only a matter of time before another game does this to Fortnite. So reason number 7 as why I believe that Fortnite is dying and will die. And this is that Fortnite and Epic Games keep adding too many things to the game. Recently they've added planes, which many people hate because it can disturb somebody's build battle. You can just fly a plane into it and just kill somebody easily who's worked hard to get to the high ground, and then all of a sudden they're knocked off. And they've added other things like balloons, and you can't hear somebody that's using balloons drop in on you. They've added hoverboards, and there's just too many things in the game, and they don't always work together. And another thing that people don't like is zip lines. And they keep adding all these things, and it's very glitchy. You don't know whether you're going to die from fall damage. You don't know whether you're going to glitch out of a plane, or when you leave a plane, whether you're going to be able to shoot your gun, or you're just going to be glitched the rest of the game. Sometimes you're building and people glitch through your floors. And this is all because Fortnite adds too many things to the games, and it makes the servers glitchy. Players have to learn it and they hate it, and sometimes they're gonna add things and people are gonna hate it and just leave the game. Like right now, the planes are making people leave the game. And another thing is zombies. They add zombies at random times when people don't even want zombies. When zombies first came out during Halloween, people didn't like them and they had to get rid of them. And then they brought them back. Nobody knows why, and people hate it. And they added all these things at the same time and people don't like it, like planes and zombies. People really hated that, and at some point they're going to add so many things, it's going to be the perfect combination for people to make people just leave the game. Reason number 8 why I believe that Fortnite will die is that the content creators for Fortnite are getting really frustrated. And content creators are the popular streamers or YouTubers that play Fortnite. And many of these content creators are expressing their frustration with Fortnite. They're complaining about the planes, they're complaining about glitches and lag and unpredictability, and they just rage quit a lot of the time. And so much of the content that's coming out now is these players speaking about problems with the game, and it's more players complaining about the game, complaining about stream snipers in the game, that it's going to make Fortnite really unpopular. And it's led a lot of these content creators to play other games like Apex Legends. Some of the most popular Fortnite players like Ninja, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Lupo, have all been playing Apex Legends recently. And this is just because they've been getting frustrated with various aspects of Fortnite with things like planes. So that's another reason why Fortnite is going to die or is dying, is because the most popular content creators are moving towards other games. And another thing is that there's already some content creators that never liked Fortnite, like Dr. Disrespect and Shroud. And so they're taking all their viewers to other games as well. So if Fortnite loses big content creators, then it will die. And reason number 9 why I believe Fortnite is dying or will die is that their Twitch viewership is way down. In the past few weeks, the Twitch viewership for Fortnite at its biggest point has been around like 100,000 or 130,000, while Apex Legends is typically above 200,000. And what this shows is that people are getting tired of Fortnite and they're moving to other games and they're ready to watch other games. They're interested in other games. And what this means is they're probably playing those games as well. And it hasn't been only Apex Legends that has been more popular than Fortnite. It's been things like Counter-Strike, Dota, League of Legends. They've consistently been above Fortnite recently on Twitch. And this just goes to show that people are getting tired of playing Fortnite and watching Fortnite. And that's how you can tell that the game is dying, is the viewership goes down. Even during tournaments and events, Fortnite's viewership is way down. And even when big streamers are on, like Ninja and Tfue, it's just not as popular as it used to be. So that's another reason why I believe that Fortnite is going to die. Reason number 10, the last reason that I believe Fortnite is dying is a signal that Fortnite has been showing themselves. And this is that Fortnite has been spending way too much money. They've been spending way too much money on advertisements on YouTube and Twitch, trying to get people to play the game. They're also now giving away battle passes for season 8 by letting people do challenges. This is how they used to make a lot of money, by making people buy battle passes. And now that's not going to be happening for season 8. They're going to have challenges where players can do the challenges and get a free battle pass. And a lot of that is challenges that you have to do with your friends. So they want you to play with your friends, and that way you encourage your friends to play, and hopefully you guys all play for season 8. But this is costing Fortnite money because they're not going to get that battle pass income in season 8. Another thing that Fortnite's spending money on is they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars on competitions. And it's not just in the US, it's globally. And they recently announced the World Cup in Fortnite, and that's going to be just $100 million for the rest of 2019 alone. $100 million is not a small amount of money, it's a huge amount of money. And if a game is decreasing in popularity, people aren't buying skins, people aren't playing, then that's going to be money that they've already committed out to the public, that say they're going to spend it no matter what. And so if they're losing money, they can't really afford to spend that, and it's going to be a dying game. That's money they can't spend on employees, on developments, on fixing glitches, on hiring developers. So it's a lot of money out the door, and they're not necessarily going to make that money back if people stop playing. Another thing they're doing is they're giving their content creators more money from the V-Bucks. When people enter creator codes, the content creators get money from that. And now Fortnite has recently been giving them all kinds of promotions, like 4 times the amount that they normally get back. So as you can see, these things that I've listed out, Fortnite is shelling out a lot of money, and they're trying to get more people to play the game. And to me, that's a signal that the game is dying, and they're pulling out all the stops, trying to get people to come back to the game. And I don't believe it's successful. I believe it's a last-ditch attempt, and I believe it shows that Fortnite is dying. So those are some of the reasons why I believe that Fortnite is dying. Let me know if you agree, or let me know why you think that Fortnite is dying in the comments section. I'm probably gonna do another video on reasons why I believe Fortnite won't die. So make sure to subscribe so that you can get my latest videos. Thanks for watching.